if it's recorded, then I can look at it later.
Okay, so now it's being recorded. Thank you for reminding me. I have to put a sign on my computer, record. Okay.
Great, thank you.
No problem, thank you. Okay, so the portal looks like this. Okay, does everybody see my screen again? Yes? Okay, you get your user's name and your password, and you log in. And this is what it looks like. Okay. Here, this whole section here, these two first lines, are dedicated to everybody in level 1 certification. Level 1 means that you have you're going through the initial programs, which we'll go over them as well today, and you haven't yet been certified. This third row here is for people who have been certified and joined level 2 or level 3, and we've included also Awakening Your Financial Genius. So that's where the portal, that's what the portal looks like on the basis. The Code of Honor, if you go into BSTA documents, okay, there is the Code of Honor. Okay, I think it's important, I've done it myself, to download it, put it on your hard copy, and put it on your wall, because that really holds the context for everything we're going to do together, and hopefully in your own lives, in your own personal life. I know that I and other leaders in BSTA, we've adopted it as our own personal codes of honor, and also in our businesses it works. So one of the things that you guys are supposed to do initially, the minute you get into the BSTA, is to go through the certification overview, download the Code of Honor, rules of the game, and the non-disclosure agreement, sign them, and return them to BSTA. Okay, who here has signed the documents already? Amani, Zina, Lukash, you signed. Oh, Adita, okay, when you get into the portal, sweetie, that's your first assignment, is to go into the BSTA agreements. Of course, read, download, sign, and return. Good? Okay, great. So I'm going back. You also have, I'm not going to go through all of them, because you can go through them and you can look at them yourselves, but I'm going to go through what I think are the important ones. If you have any questions, please feel free on asking, okay? Here we have monthly calls. Once a month. It's the last Tuesday. The last Tuesday of every month, we have a level 1 certification call. It's important to attend because you get a lot of learnings. A lot of times, sometimes Blair teaches, sometimes level 2 people teach, and we come together as a group and learn new things together. Matter of fact, this month, on the 24th of June, I'll be teaching. That's my day to teach, so you're all welcome to join us. Thank you. It's going to be earlier. It's going to be 7 a.m. Arizona time, so it gives us an afternoon. Us in Europe, we don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to attend the call, so it'll be a little bit earlier this month. Here you can see on the first tab here, that's just the schedule of all the meetings, and then the second one are the recordings. So if you can't come to the calls, especially if the ones that are in the middle of the night, I can understand that. I don't always make them myself. You have the recordings of them all. Okay, they're listed by subject, so please feel free to go in and use this material. It's learning material, it's training material, and it's all BSTA. It's either Blair, Karen, or some of the level 2 and 3 leaders teaching material. So take advantage of this opportunity to be with them. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions? Good. Okay. Now for us on onboarding, which I'll go into a little bit after I go over the portal and what we do in onboarding, there's just some things that are really important for us here. For example, the certification training material. Okay, you have sales material, the PERT chart, how to work with a PERT chart. The training is inside of it. And here you have, this is really important, the level 1 flip chart and usage manual. Okay, we have basic flip charts in level 1 that we're allowed to use by definition. We can't use all of Blair's intellectual property. When you come up into level 2, you have access to all of his intellectual property in level 2. But in level 1, we all have access to the flip charts that are used in the context. Okay, you know, can anyone tell me which flip charts Blair uses when he sets up the context at the beginning of any presentation he makes? Zina?
The first one is the cup, the context.
Energy. It requires energy.
Thank you, Lukash. Let Zina go through them. She has the cup, the context. Good.
Yes, requires energy.
Learning, it could be learning, teaching, selling.
Yeah, the little voice one.
Little voice, great.
But I can't remember the fourth one.
The business model. Sell, team, teach.
Yes.
Okay, and that's here. Sell, team, teach. It's his business success formula.
Yeah.
Okay, and he might do the little man, the big man. Here's responsibility. Setting the context. Little voice. There's also here setting the context. The formula, and the context being the cup. Thank you very much. Give it up for Zina. Okay, these are the flip charts. We're going to go over these flip charts in the onboarding program again and again and again. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to work them through. And that's one of the goals of the onboarding, is to help you feel comfortable presenting at least the basic material of the BSTA, of Blair's intellectual property, and be able to present it to your programs. So we create this, what I like to call a safe place where you can practice, do it, get feedback, feel comfortable without being pressured as a cold audience looking at you, to make the mistakes, to practice, to go through the learning together with your onboarding team. So what we're going to do in the onboarding is we're going to go through each one of the flip charts, and everyone is going to do at their own pace the flip charts. Record them. Try to copy exactly what Blair is doing as far as the stories, the intonation, the colors that he's using, the script, everything, to copy it at the beginning as much as possible until you can adopt it as your own, and then you can start putting in your own. When we do it, you'll see on the group that we created in Facebook, what we ask you to do is do one of the flip charts that we're working on, do it in video and post it into the group on Facebook, and there to react. Anyone who posts, please, everyone else, respond, react, comment. We'd like to give comments by first saying what was done well, and second, what can be improved, or any kind of suggestions. Always start with a positive. And remember, it's constructive feedback. You want to help. You don't want to knock anybody down. Okay? And in the beginning, it could be a little bit scary, but there are a few people who are doing it consistently, especially Fallon, you'll see in our group. She's posting all the time. Amani, you posted also last week. I think Tom posts quite a lot. So let's take responsibility for ourselves and work on also the presentations. So you can see them here. What I'd like you to do until the next onboarding call, in addition to signing your documents, is also there is here, you see here, this BSTA flip chart usage doc. It would be very good to download it and read it and understand. Blair wrote the document. It's how he sees the use of the flip charts, how you should prepare for them. Does everybody agree to read the document by the next meeting? The next meeting is Wednesday. Great. Any questions on the flip charts? No. Okay. So I go here, back to my dashboard. Okay. Now, okay, here you have branding material as well, which I think is important. A guide on how to use the material. Here you have images, logos, the Academy logos. Okay, all the material. What's in here is material that you as level 1 certified, you're able to use this. So when you want to do a program or to give yourself a little bit more of branding, use the material here, you know. Blair's listed Academy logos. Okay, you can download them. This is free for you. It's part of your certification. You can use it. Blair's got just 1 second, Amani. Blair's got an international name. He's well known. So feel free to give yourself a little bit. Say, I'm part of this academy. Amani.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to understand more in detail. So let's say I'm giving a workshop on communication. I could use then the Blair Singer Training Academy and say this is like
You could say that you're being trained. You are a trainer from the academy.
And use the logo in that context?
You can use the logo.
Okay.
Okay. Personal development logos. It's material here that's okay. Ultimate personal development. Well, yeah, things here that you can use. You can't say you're certified yet because you're not certified, but you can definitely say that you're being trained by world leader, the world's best trainer, Blair Singer, and you're part of Blair Singer Training Academy.
Thank you.
I think Blair. Okay, now we have other things here that are really important. If you look at, I'm not going to go into all of them because you can look at them yourself. You create a profile for yourself of what you're doing, what programs you've done already, what your goals are, so we can keep you in the process. You have something you're going for. Register for a program. Okay, these are all the programs that you guys need to do as part of the level 1 certification. Okay, these are all the programs. Let me just see here already, just by a raise of hands. Who has done SLM? We've all done SLM. Right, okay. Who's done Train the Trainer? Train the Trainer. Zena, you haven't yet done Train the Trainer? Okay, so let's put that on the list. Train the Trainer is going to be in September. No, in August. It's going to be in August in Frankfurt. Okay, who else has not done Train the Trainer? Lukash. Okay, so you have done.
I have done. Yes, I have done. So
okay, so it's just Zena. Aditya, you've done?
I haven't.
You have. Okay, so it's.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so the next one, and I think it's important to go quickly in it because Train the Trainer, at least in Europe, is once a year. It's once a year. They have another Train the Trainer, I think, in India also. Now they might have in Asia. I think they might have in Singapore also in August. But if you want close to home, it happens once a year, and the next Train the Trainer is in August. Okay, Master Facilitator. Who's done Master Facilitator? Master Facilitator. Okay, you've all done. Great. UPDP. Who's done UPDP? Zena, we did together. Adita, also we were together in that. Okay, so UPDP is usually in March in Arizona. So you guys should put it on your calendars. Also, UPDP in Arizona is once a year. There might be in Thailand. I think you can look on the program. There might be in November in Thailand as well. So, but it's also a program that's not done a lot. So see if you can get on top of that. The Little Voice Mentoring Program. Who's done a Little Voice Mentoring Program? Zena, Edita, great. Amani and Lukash, for you guys, I can't see you, so I don't even know if you're raising your hand or not. So I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name. Where are we? The Little Voice Mentoring Program, you guys can start it at any time. So if now we've got a break between programs, and there's no programs coming on until August, we're now in June, so you might want to think about doing now, starting now the Little Voice Mentoring Program, which is probably about a 7-week program. Also, the Virtual Training Academy is a digital program. Who's done the Virtual Training Program? Nobody. Okay, that's, Zena, you must have done it. Zena, you're certified. Okay, so check it out, because the Virtual Training Academy is online. It is an excellent program. It goes through Little Voice Mastery. It goes through Team Code of Honor, and it goes through Sales Dogs. It's a really different approach other than the books to going through the Blair's material, where it's all on video. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful program to go through, and easy. You can do it at your pace. So that's a good place to start also, now that we're in a break between programs. Tapping the Greatness is also, it's a digital program. Who's done Tapping Your Greatness? Okay. Tapping the Greatness is a program that Blair's sister, Sarah Singer, did. It's digital. It's online. I think it's audio. And it is wonderful. It's not so long. It's a must. I've used also a lot of the techniques that she teaches in Tapping Their Greatness. I've used a lot of the techniques that she teaches in my programs. I've really adopted a lot of the material. And Sarah has also done one of the last level 1 calls. I think she did the level 1 call in March. April or March, and it was wonderful. I mean, this woman has such great energy. If you guys think that Blair is great, you should see Sarah. Sarah's also. They've got some good DNA in that family. Okay, so Tapping Their Greatness Goal Setting Program is also a digital program with Mac Newton, that Blair did it together with Mac Newton. I mean, you guys should be using this time now when we're not learning to tap into at least one of those digital programs, because they're really great. Blair's digital products, I don't really know what that is, so I'll have to ask myself. And these are optional programs that you can do. Little Voice Accountability Program, which is Karen runs up that program. It's excellent. I suggest it for anybody after you've done the mentoring program to follow up in any event and do it. And then the Get It Done 4-week accountability program. So this is the place in the portal where you can request to join a program. The same is true you have for crewing. Request to crew an event. Okay, now you all know that part of our certification is you need to accrue at least 2 events. Okay, has anyone done any crewing yet? Zena, you've done. Okay, so think about that. You can only accrue an event that you've done. So once you start doing your events, try to get in and crew as soon as possible, because it's a totally different experience. It's a wonderful learning experience. Zena, you want to tell the team a little bit about your experience with crewing?
Okay, I crewed and I also got certified in the same day. It's a different perspective than sitting in the room and just perceiving and participating, than just looking. It's like giving back and being more connected to the BSTA family than just learning. Of course, you'll be learning from there and you'll be learning from other BSTA members. You learn a lot about how to manage and affect an event. You learn about when the master Blair, how to deal with resistance in the room. And when you are a bit out of the learning cycle, just out of it, you can see the energy of the participant. And it's really amazing. It's an amazing experience. So it's enjoyable. Of course, it's enjoyable because, as I said, it's part of the family. That's how I find it. So thank you, Mindy, for asking.
Thank you, Zena. I agree with everything you said. It's just a beautiful experience, and I recommend it. The more you crew, the more you are really attached to the mission, part of the family. You have less pressure with the perturbation of dealing with content, and you have more sense of contribution in my feeling. It's really a wonderful experience. So sign up here also to crew your events. So this is basically the portal. I recommend that you all go through it tab by tab to look into it. What's important for us for the onboarding are two things: the BSTA agreements that you all get them signed and in, and the certification training material. That's where you'll get the flip charts, and you'll be able to go through the flip charts with us. Are there any questions on the portal that are still open? No. Okay. So I'm going to now talk about, if I may, the onboarding itself. What do I have? Okay, so the onboarding program, what we're doing is we're meeting every 2 weeks for a year. It's a long time. Every 2 weeks for a year. The program itself is voluntary. You don't have to do it, but it's recommended to do it because it keeps you, the idea is to keep you going through the program and working on yourself. How many of you have ever felt that you've gone through a program, you've learned a lot of material, you're very excited, but then when you come back home, you know, life takes over? Yeah, it happens to all of us. Life takes over, and it's really hard to stay in the program, to start to implement the things that you learned. So the whole idea of the onboarding is to keep you involved, keep you going through the system, going through your program, learning to become the teacher and leader that you signed up for, that you want to be. So that's why we meet every 2 weeks to, on one side, to keep you moving, on the other side, not to make it too much, because we all know that everyone has a life outside of the learning program, but enough to keep you involved. So the things that we do in the onboarding are, one, as I mentioned, we work through the flip charts, help you practice your skills and develop your skills with working with the flip charts and working with Blair's IP in a safe, protected environment. How many of you think that it's easier to make mistakes with people who love you than with a cold crowd? You know? How many of you have already started to do flip charts? Okay, so what we can do is, thank you. Amani, are you frozen? You might be, but I know that Amani's also done flip charts. What I'm going to suggest to you guys is we have a meeting on Wednesday, okay? I don't really remember which flip chart we're working on. Offhand, I should have checked that out, but I can check. Lukash, what flip chart are we working on?
Sales requires energy.
Yeah, first one.
Sales requires energy. Excellent flip chart. Does anyone feel that they need help to do it? Lukash, you'd like some help? So let's.
Well, yeah, what kind of help do you mean? I mean,
encouragement. Maybe we could do it together. Maybe you want to go over it one time before you film it and put it on the portal.
Well, I need to check the schedule and to prepare it. So that's a help I need to do myself.
You need to do
So maybe
yourself.
not. Yeah.
Okay. So is everybody going to commit to making the flip chart for posting it by tomorrow night? Zina,
Okay.
thank you. Lukash, Amani, thank you. Adita, how about you? Are you up for doing that flip chart?
Can I do it without the flip chart?
1 second. You need to do it with the flip chart. You can do the flip chart on your. You could do it on your iPad like this.
Okay.
Or on a piece of paper, but you need to write down that's the visual. That's how it works.
Okay.
Okay. Edita?
Yeah, that's fine. Is there a deadline for this?
Yeah, it's supposed to be uploaded into the Facebook group by tomorrow evening. And Wednesday we have a call.
Can I, on Wednesday, I won't be able to be on the call because I'm flying in the evening. Can I do it the next time?
You can do it for the next time.
Okay.
There'll probably there's going to be another flip chart probably for the time after that. So keep look at the video, see which flip chart we're doing, and then you could do both of them or you can just do one of them. Okay, the idea is not to pressure you guys. The idea is to help you work through the perturbation of starting to do it and then improving the skill. Is that good? Okay, great. So we do the flip charts probably throughout the year. Each flip chart we're going to do 3 or 4 times in total, so you'll have more opportunity to do it. Another thing that we want to help you guys do, encourage you to do, is to create your own programs, your own live programs. So in order to create your own programs, we help you come up with your ideas of what you want to do, encourage you to do maybe a webinar, encourage to do a preview, to set up a program, and that's all things that come out of the onboarding. So anytime you're going to do a program, or we do it as a group, we might decide at one time that, especially when you learn, when we go through the sales cycle, you need something to sell. So you can do your own program. We encourage you to do your own program to sell. If you don't have your own programs, you can use one of the BSTA programs, a goal setting program, or a PERT program. These are both programs that are inside the portal that you can use, learn them, and teach them. And if you have your own material to teach, as well as that, you can do. So we want to encourage you and help you create an environment to start actually to teach, not just to learn the flip charts, but to actually use them when you teach. I mentioned also the third thing, the sales cycle. How many of you know what the sales cycle is? Amani?
Can't remember it.
Okay, Zina's halfway there. We learned the sales cycle, Edita. Okay, the sales cycle is what we learned in SLM, in Sales and Leadership Mastery. That's the table when you write how many calls did you make, how many people did you reach, how many contacts, how many follow-ups you need to do. Okay, so we have a document, we have a spreadsheet for that. And it's one of the things that we teach in the onboarding, and we like to do it together. We did it already for the SLM in Italy. That's when we started to do it in this group. And I'm sure that Sandra and Simona are going to do it again for another program. And it could be, again, a BSTA program, or it can be your own program. What we'd like to do is we'd like to help you develop your own programs, or at least teach to your own communities, teach the programs, the goal setting, or the PERT. You have access to teach them. Okay, those are 2 things that we want to help with. I talked about the sales cycle to work on together. And the third thing is to help you go through the program. You know, we have a lot of coursework to do. It's a big curriculum. It takes some time to do it. But we would like to help you, let you know when the next programs are coming up, help you to sign up. If there's any issues coming up that you want to, feel that you can't do it, talk to us, talk to me, talk to Sandro, talk to Simona. Let us help you, support you, work through the program, because the quicker you work through the program, the quicker you'll be able to do the level 2 stuff. Maybe have an opportunity to train together with Blair to teach classes and take responsibilities in BSTA, like I'm doing, like Claudia is doing. Claudia, she spoke today, but she didn't introduce herself. Claudia is in charge of this onboarding program. She works with Blair. She's part of Blair's core team. And she started this program. She started this onboarding program in Brazil a year ago with tremendous success. You know, Brazil has a huge team right now. And they work together very cohesively. Yeah. They work together really cohesively. They've gone through the programs together. They really feel as they're like a team. So it's not just waiting to crew to be a team and to be in level 2 to be part of the team of BSTA, but already through the process to be part of that team? How many of you are interested in being part of a team, a world community? How many of you are interested in supporting one another and getting support? Fantastic. And that's exactly what we want to do here in the onboarding, is to create a team. One of the, I see the time here. One of the obstacles that we're having, and I'm going to bring it up here, even though it's not in part of my script, but I'm going to bring it up here, is one of the obstacles we're having is participation. And I hope that from this call with you, now that you have a little bit more understanding about what the idea of the onboarding is, it'll give you a little bit more motivation to show up for the meetings. You know, it's every 2 weeks on a Wednesday at the same time. So put it already in your diaries to just show up and be committed to it. 2 is to do the flip charts as much as possible. You do the flip charts, post them. Don't be afraid. If you don't want to do it the first time about the script, just do it, you know, and get over that shyness. Go through the perturbation, right? How many of you have seen Blair's flip chart on perturbation? Oh, it's a great flip chart. It's a great flip chart where he talks about we get to the wall, and to go through the wall, we have to change who we are inside to get to the other side. And we come from coal, we turn into diamonds. Who wants to be a diamond? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Me too. So go through the perturbation. Go through it. It might be not always the most comfortable thing, but in the long run, it'll help you present the material better. Feel comfortable with yourself with presenting. And it's better to do it in a safe environment with us, you know, who love you and support you and just want the best for you, just want you to succeed. To do it in that environment instead of doing it in a cold place. So please show up to the meetings, do the flip charts, and any other assignment that we have. You know, when we read the books, Blair has 3 books that we have to read for a certification. Matter of fact, I think we need to read also Rich Dad Poor Dad. And if it's not on the list, Rich Dad Poor Dad, read it anyway. Make a personal commitment to do so. We discuss those also together as a team in onboarding. And I'm going to also recommend anytime you have a question about BSTA, about training, about creating a program, about anything that has to do with you becoming the best leader and teacher that you can, bring it up in the group. This way, because if one person has a question, I'm sure that all of us have questions. And then we can address it in the group together. We can find the answers, and we can grow together as a team. Good?
Good.
Good. So I have finished my part. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer any questions. No questions? Great. So let's Amani, please.
Yeah, maybe this is, you're frozen from my part, but can you hear me?
Yes.
Now you're moving again. Right. Yeah, so I'm just wondering, is there like a time limit when we have to have become certified level 1?
There is
or is it up to us?
There is no time limit, but you can do
There is no time limit.
certification in a year, pretty much in a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can do it shorter than that, but if comfortably, you could do it all within a year and a half. I would stay in line with that because it's a long time to go through a program. A year and a half is a long time, and they're all great programs. But again, everyone can do it at your own pace. This program, the onboarding, the initial idea of it is to be for a year. You know, we have 24 meetings throughout the year. I don't know what's going to happen after the first year. Maybe we'll want to continue. You know, if we create a group that works well, we can do that also. Is that okay, Armani?
And the onboarding for Europe, this is new. Yeah, that answers my question. But this is new. The start of the year.
I think we started the European group in January or February this year. And it's going to be working on a rolling process. You know, we don't have a lot of people in BSTA in Europe. So whenever someone new comes in, they're going to go through one of these calls with me. And then they're going to join the regular team with Simona and Sandro. For the English speakers, there's also a group for German speakers in Europe.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Great. So if you do have any questions after we finish with the call, please feel free to ask me, to write in the group, ask Sandra, Simona. I personally like public questions because no question is stupid, and every answer to a question helps other people in the group. So, but however you feel comfortable, post it in the group, post it us personally, because we don't want you to feel at any point in time insecure, unknowing, not clear about everything. We want everything to be crystal clear, because the clearer it is, the more you're going to learn. We're all going to learn. Good? Good. Okay. So let's finish up with everyone say one word that's going to summarize for them the call today. Okay? Who wants to start? Edita.
Informative.
Informative. Thank you. Amani. Amani.
Motivated.
Motivating. Great. Thank you. Zina.
Gratitude.
Motivated.
Gratitude. Thank you, Zina. Lukash.
Inspiring.
Inspiring. Thank you. Tiba, are you with us? Tiba, grateful. Thank you. And Claudia.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Bravo. Big round of applause for everybody. Thank you so much, guys. Love you all. And I'll see you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
At what time is the call on Wednesday?
Anybody have an idea? It's at, I think it's at 9 o'clock Central European time.
Okay, so be 8. That's exactly
Yeah,
the same.
every 2 weeks, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central European time.
Okay.
Great. See you later, guys.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.